breathing lend me your ear. Dr. D Nice and Fount is here for today. Want wisdom?
We got you.
Wellness?
We got you.
Ears?
You got two.
Bones? It's got 3. Chambers? 4. In your heart for doing right? 5. Keys, your game's all tight. Fount. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight. Get your mind right and your body tight.
Hey everyone, how are you doing on this amazing Wednesday? Listen, we have an amazing show coming up for you today. And it's Wednesday, and today on Tissues, Talking Truth to Teen Issues, we are going to tackle a really serious subject. As you can see in the thumbnail and the title of this video, it just so happened that today I was already planning to talk about depression, and at the same time a young man, a very famous person, decided that they were going to unalive themselves. And we'll talk a little bit more about it later. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the time when Dr. D Nice herself, you see me chipper and happy. And there was a time when I was younger and a teenager where I was really depressed. And we're going to talk about that time. I had another story, but I had to switch it up to continue with the theme of the day. And of course, we still have to go through some Instagram videos because, of course, there's some cool things out there and we got to lighten the mood. We're all still here and it just can't all be sadness. And so we'll go through that. We'll go through some Instagram things that I've seen on video. So that's our plan for the day. You're ready to get right into it? Let's get right into it. We're talking about depression. And I know maybe a few of you are not familiar with the person that I was talking about. I'll give you a quick background about him, and then we'll get into some tips that we can all use to help with depression. Let me pull it up. Okay, so this is Twitch. Stephen Boss is his name. He is 40 years old, and today, maybe last night, he was found in a hotel room with a gunshot wound, a fatal gunshot wound, and it is suspected that it was self-inflicted, that he did it to himself. And Twitch, if you all don't know, he was an amazing dancer. He was the DJ on Ellen DeGeneres' show. He was on So You Think You Can Dance. I actually watched the episode that he premiered in. He is so good. I'm going to show you some clips of him dancing here in a little bit. And he had a wife that was a professional dancer, and they had 3 children together. One was adopted, and a daughter he adopted that his wife had. And 2 of them were the children of he and his wife. The child, and it's just here. Let me show you. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can turn the sound on.
The world will be so cold.
Yeah, this was just posted a few days ago. He just posted this video dancing with his wife. They're always dancing. They do a lot of dances on Instagram, TikTok, all of that. And you just never know what's going on with somebody. And if any of you all are watching that deal with depression and feel that you're just feeling that you're at the end of things, 988 is the number to call. 988 if you need some help. And let's go into some things that, as a physician, as a doctor that takes care of people with depression, as well as a person that had issues with depression themselves when I was younger. And I told you before, I am going to share that story at the end of our live. Hey, how are you doing? We'll do a lot. Star Bella, hey, welcome. Everybody that's here, let me know in the comment section where you're from, where you're watching from. And we're going to get right into the tips for depression. And then, like I said, we're going to review some more Instagram videos, and I'll tell you my story at the end of the time that I myself dealt with depression. And, we're going to use fount, we usually have our fount section. Our DM for the youth them. This time our DM for the youth them is where we will talk about fount, because we're going to use fount, F-O-U-N-T. Fount is 5 letters, 5 keys to wellness and wisdom to help unlock your best. We're going to use fount and see how we can use that to look at depression just a little bit. Well, a lot. Let's start with the F. The F in fount is for fuel. And a lot of times people don't think of the things that they eat when it comes to depression, when it comes to using that to help take care of your depression. Sugary foods, foods that are processed, those are foods, if you're eating too late at night and it's disrupting your sleep, these are things that can accelerate, or not accelerate may not be the right word, augment, make depression worse. Just make depression worse, augment. That's the word I'm going to use. And so really look at your foods. If you're suffering from depression, I'm not saying any of these things are going to absolutely cure. If you're feeling bad, you don't want anything else to make you feel worse. So let's kill depression before it kills you, as the title says. So looking at your foods, avoiding processed foods, avoiding sugary foods that send your blood sugar up and then it falls underneath you and just has your mood up and down when you're already feeling bad. That is no bueno. O. The O in fount is for optimistic. And this is the part, this is the part where you learn how to have an optimistic spirit, how to be happy. And you're like, Dr. D Nice, some people are just born that way. Let me let you know, this is something that you can learn. And the 3 parts in being optimistic is recognize reality, make a positive move, and connect with love. We're actually going to really focus in on the recognize reality part. And the most important thing when you're trying to recognize reality is to focus in on what's going on right now. Oftentimes when you have depression, you're really ruminating. We're throwing out our SAT words. Some of y'all are young and in school, and I'm going to throw out some big words for you. You can look them up. You're really like pondering, bouncing back and forth inside your head about the things that you've done and regretting it. A lot of time there's some fear associated with the things that you've done before. And unfortunately, when you live in the past, it does cause you to become depressed. You're living back there, you're not focusing on what's going on right now. And what's going on right now is the only thing that you have control over. What's in the past has already come and gone. Yes, you may have messed up. Yes, you may have cheated on a test. You may have accidentally hurt somebody. All of those things. It's happened. Now we have to figure out how you can move on. And that happens right then, right now. And, now we're with you. You in fount is for understanding. Understanding how your interactions with the world, yourself, the people around you can affect your health. And we're going to focus on, this is for depression. We're really focusing on depression based on what this happened today to Twitch. Understanding that you are not alone. Depression is very lonely. I told you before, I experienced it. I dealt with it. It's a very lonely time. You're keeping every single thing within yourselves. And we'll talk a little bit more, like I said, in a bit more detail at the story at the end of how that turned out for me. Well, as you can see, it turned out okay because I'm here talking to you. And what happens is you're just alone. You're just moving through feeling lonely and people are around you. That is what depression does to you. And a way to really break out of this is to share what's going on with you. There, you see Twitch. He actually, everybody, I mean, I want y'all to head to social media and see. Everybody describes him. He's so happy. I just saw him the other day. He was so happy. He was so caring, so humble, so happy. So always, was he just acting? He had to have been. He had to have been. If he was not acting, then somebody would have known and said something. Anyone would have said something to him. But you know, that's what depression does to you. It isolates you from the people that can help you. It makes you not want to share what's going on in your heart and understand that you are not alone. You do not have to keep everything bottled up inside. Yeah, I get it. You don't want to share all your business with everybody. I understand. But there has to be somebody that you can share things with the deep hurts of your life. And listen, if you're saying, no, I don't, I truly don't, Dr. D Nice, 988. That's the depression hotline, the suicide hotline. Call it 988. Free. Somebody is there that can help you. The N. The N in fount is for natural. What happens with a lot of people that are depressed, they tend to cover it up. And natural, you know, what we've talked about it, avoiding toxins, understanding natural remedies and water. I'm just going to zero in on avoiding toxins. Oftentimes, a lot of people, when you're depressed, they're reaching for marijuana, and Mary Jane to help them feel better. They're reaching to drink and drugs and alcohol and all kind of distraction. Gaming. Listen, gaming. People use gaming as a way to distract them from the things that they're going through. Instead of facing it head on, they're just using anything to distract, whether it be drugs or entertainment, video games, social media. A lot of these things are people, food, people use it as a distraction to not be able to face some of the things that you're feeling. If this is your situation, it's not going to help. Those things, those feelings will find their way and work their way back up to the surface. It is what it is. You cannot cover it up. You must tackle it head on, going back to the O in fount, which is recognizing reality. Just be straight up with what you're feeling inside and face what's going on. I got every letter thrown up there, don't I? Let's try this. Okay. Where's my T? Oh, okay. I think I accidentally erased my T the other day, but the T in fount is for time. It's time to exercise. Exercising is so beneficial for when you're dealing with depression. Exercise. Somebody, of course, there are some conspiracy theorists out there. Of course, when this happens, you really just want to know and figure out what happened. This guy was so happy. So I was going through the post and somebody said, oh, I must be a conspiracy theorist because dancers, they exercise all the time. I've never seen a dancer remove themselves from the planet. I've never seen that happen because they're active and they use exercise to help. There's some truth to the fact that exercise, movement, activity can really help with your mood. I will never go as far as to say that dancers will never be depressed. but movement can definitely help with your mood. So exercise, dancing, anything. These are some of the things that you can do. So I'm going to just go over it one more time. 1, be careful of the food. 2, focus on now. Really zero in on this time. Stop living in the past. You talk to somebody. Let somebody know what's going on inside of you. And the N for found is avoiding toxins, avoid distractions, face up with the things that are bothering you, and T and time to exercise. Okay, those are the tips on depression. And, you know, since we talked about fount right now, we'll just